Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something, well, pretty fundamental. It's about why it can be so hard to appreciate the good stuff, the things we have right now.
It really can be. It's a common thing.
Yeah, and we'll be digging into this using some insights from Finding Value in the Present by Fra Ajarn Paisal Vizelo.
A great source for this topic.
Our mission, really, is to help you understand this tendency a bit better. And maybe, just maybe, unlock a bit more contentment along the way.
It often seems we only see the value of something in two specific situations, doesn't it?
Which are?
Well, either when we're really striving to get it, before we have it.
The anticipation.
Exactly. Or, and this is the sad part, after it's already gone, lost.
That feels like a bit of a tragedy, really. So why? Why do we miss the value of what's right here?
The author points to our focus. We tend to look outward, right, at what we lack.
Instead of looking inward. Or just around us.
Precisely. Instead of appreciating our actual present circumstances, we're always wanting what we don't have.
It's like that hedonic treadmill idea, isn't it? We adapt, happiness resets, and we look for the next thing.
That definitely fuels it. We overlook the value that's already present because we're chasing something else. It's perfectly captured in one of Aesop's fables, actually. The one about the dog with the meat.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Maybe just quickly remind us.
Sure. So you have this dog, right, trotting along happily, carrying a nice big piece of meat.
Okay.
He's crossing a bridge, looks down, sees his reflection in the water.
Ah, okay.
And he thinks, wow, look, another dog, and his meat looks even bigger than mine.
Oh, dear. I see where this is going.
Right. So being greedy, wanting that seemingly better piece, he opens his mouth to grab the reflection. And of course, plop. His own meat falls into the water. Lost. He ends up with nothing.
Ouch. A simple story, but wow, it really hits home.
It does, because that's kind of what we do, isn't it? We fixate on what seems better elsewhere, what we don't have.
And we risk losing, or at least not valuing, what we already possess.
Exactly. And it's not just about, material things or fancy possession.
Yeah, what else?
Think about the really fundamental stuff. Things we completely take for granted.
Like
Our health. Just the fact that we can breathe without thinking about it.
Mhm.
Our ability to move, to see, to hear the world around us.
Wow. Yeah. Those are huge. Incredible gifts, really.
But we often just overlook them entirely until maybe something goes wrong.
Which then makes you wonder, why do people who have all these fundamental things, health, senses, still feel unhappy, still focus on not having the right house or car or enough money? They still see their lives as, difficult.
What comes back to that focus and also social comparison. We're constantly looking at others, right?
Yeah, that's true. Online, especially.
And that creates this feeling of lack. Even when our basic needs are totally met and we actually have so much, we get fixated on future desires or what others appear to have.
So the key then is really about consciously shifting that attention
Yes. Intentionally moving the spotlight.
from what's missing, from the future maybe, to what's actually here, what's valuable in our lives right now.
Precisely. The author talks about making the present the best it can be. It's about appreciating the journey, the now.
Not necessarily giving up goals, but finding value along the way.
Exactly. Recognizing that inherent worth in the everyday, in your current situation. That's a powerful path to contentment.
Okay, so let's just recap the main points for everyone.
Good idea.
We have this strong human tendency, maybe even a default mode, to undervalue what's present because we're busy focusing on what's absent or what might be better.
Perfectly shown by that poor dog in the fable.
Right, and we often ignore really fundamental blessings, health, our senses, which contributes to feeling dissatisfied even when we have a lot.
And the core message, the potential solution, is to intentionally shift our focus. Turn our attention to the value that's already here in this moment.
Makes sense, reducing that preoccupation with lack.
Which leads us to a final thought for you, the listener.
Okay.
Just take a moment, maybe later today. Consider just one thing in your present life, something you might usually overlook or take for granted. Could be small, could be big.
Yeah.
And just ask yourself, what is its true value? Really sit with that for a second. You might be surprised what comes up.